Started right from the beginning when Mampusis came to Bawku. However they came there, whenever they came there, whatever they came there to do, it's all shrouded in mystery. It's all mixed up with folk tales, with stories, and with anecdotes that nobody can verify. What we know for fact is that before the white man came, in the late 19th century, before the white man came, no Mampusi ever was ruling over a single Kusasi man or woman. Never. That we know for a fact from the history. That there was not a single Mampusi ruling over a single Kusasi before the white man came to Bawku in the Kusasi area. There were Mampusi community leaders. They were heading their Mampusi communities who were living in Kusa. But they were not ruling over Kusasis as chiefs. They were not. But when the white man came and started asking for chiefs, Kusasi says, we don't have chief. We don't know chief. We're not under any chief. And then the Mampusi says, we are the chief. We are chief. And for the white man, look at the Mampusi man, look at the Kusasi man, there was no difference. If you go to abroad and you see the white men and the white women, whether they are Germans, they are British, they are Italians, if you meet them, do you know the difference? No. So the same way when the white man came, they couldn't tell the difference. So when somebody said, they said, who are the chief? And they said, I am the chief. How will the white man know the difference? And so the community leaders of the small Mampusi communities in some of the villages were appointed as chiefs by the white man. And when they made them chief not of the community they were leading, they made them chief of the whole village. So those were Senebaga, the Mampusi community leader in Senebaga became Senebaga chief. And Senebaga included Kosasis. The same thing with Bawku. Senebaga was first before Bawku. Bawku was very, very, very significant at the time. Bawku became important when Bawku was made the station by the white man in 1909. When they opened Bawku as the headquarters. That was when Bawku started becoming what? Important. Because the white man was there. And that became the district capital, if you like. So that's the first time that Mampusi became chiefs of Akusasis was between 1911 and 1914 when they made them village chiefs. And even at that time, they were all independent. Senebaga chief was independent from Bawku chief, from Pusiga, they were all independent chiefs. Nobody was under anybody. There was not single chief for all of Kusa. That happened in 1931 when the Kusasis chiefs were brought together, 19 of them. The senior ones were brought together to select one amongst them who would be a head of all the chiefs of Kusasi area. And the white man, because Bawku was already the capital and Bawku was prominent, they already knew that the white man was looking at the Bawku Nara. And so they selected Bawku Nara. Since you are near the white man, and the white man want one of us to be our leader, why don't you be the leader? And that Bawku Nara happened to be a Mampusi Bawku Nara. They voted, they elected him. So the first time a Mampusi became chief over the whole of Kusa was 1931. And then, by that time, they had made Nairi the paramount chief of Kusasis, Bulises, Farafres, Kasinas. 1912, that happened. That Nairi was appointed as the paramount chief of all those areas. We have the appointment letter. We have found that appointment letter in the National Archives. And we have a copy. Those who want the truth, we will show it to them. That was a political appointment. Kusasi, they never conquered Frafra land, they never conquered Katsina land. Nobody was paying tribute to Mambusi before the white man came and made Nayiri the paramount chief of all of this area in April of 1912. And so when they selected the Kusasi chiefs, the Frafra chiefs, the Bulsa chiefs, the Katsina chiefs, they said that you are all now under Nayiri. He is the paramount chief. So anytime you select a chief, and the chiefs were selected this way, when they want to select a village chief, they will call all the headmen of the village, like the tendanas will all, or the leaders of the clans will meet, and they say select one of you to become the chief. And the tendanas or the headmen will vote and make the village chief. When they want to select the head chief of the area, they will call all the village chiefs together, and the village chiefs will elect who will become the chief. Even Nayiri himself, they used to elect, they used to select. And we've got the documents when Nayiri was voted for in 1909 and 1916 by canton chief. And in 1916, when they were voted for Nayiri, the chief of Binaba was part of it. The chief of Sekoto was part of it. They voted and selected the Nayiri at the time, 1916. So it was by what? Election. Nayiri had no power to appoint a chief. The people have to select their chief, and the chief will come to him, and he will put the what? The panja on him. So the enskinment was like a ritual. It was not a political power. It was a ritual. You go after you have been selected, you go and they enskin you, and they make you now what? The chief. It wasn't that you have the power to appoint. Nayiri attempted to appoint chiefs in 1913, and they were all cancelled, and Nayiri was fined £50 at the time to pay because he had no power to appoint. We have all those documents from the archives, written by the white man. We have all those documents now. So there was no power given to anybody to appoint chiefs. The chiefs were all selected by the people themselves. So what happened was then that when 1931 we elected the Mambusi chief to become the head chief of all the Kusasi area. In 1940, the Bawku at the time attempted to remove the Wilkamo chief. 1940, he attempted to remove Wilkamo chief, and the white man told him, you have no power, you have no authority to remove a chief. You cannot remove a chief. You are only there to put a blessing on the chief who have been selected by the people. Only the people who selected the chief have the power to remove their chief, not you. That happened in 1940. We have all those documents. So I'm saying all this to say that even the power when it was given to the chiefs at the time, it was never absolute power. They were never asked to enskin anybody. The enskinment was always by election, by selection of the people, and they just put the cap on them. So the whole of Busa, as I said, came under Nayiri in 1912, along with the Bulsas and the Katsinas. The Katsinas and the Bulsas got their independence in 1940. 1940. They fought and fought and fought, and they were taken out of Mampuru. And then the Kusas and the Frafra started fighting. They fought and fought and fought. In the 50s, they intensified their fighting. To be removed from Nayiri, to be removed from Mampuru, they fought. And on the 6th of June 1957, Kusasi seized an opportunity. When there was confusion in Naleru, Kusasi seized the opportunity to gather in Bawku to select our grandfather Azumah I as the first paramount chief of Kusasi. And note this, he was the first paramount chief because the Mamprisi chief was a canton chief and an Ayiri. He was a divisional chief and an Ayiri. Because he was serving Ayiri. So the whole of Gusau area was a canton and an Ayiri. One division. It was in 1957 that Azumah became the first paramount chief of Gusau. First paramount chief. They went to court and they lost the case at the appeals court in 1958. And then they went back to the politicians when the coup happened in 1966. They went back to the politicians and locked it, and they removed the chieftaincy and gave it to them. 1966. Our grandfather stood and fought and fought and fought. In 1983, September, our grandfather Azumah passed away. By that time, Rawlings had gotten wind of the matter, and they were investigating. In December 1983, 4 months after our grandfather passed away, Rawlings came out with a decree, the PhD of 75, to restore, that's the word used, to restore the chieftaincy back to the Kusasis, which was given to them back in 1957. They used the word restore. Because what happened in 1966 was robbery. So from that time, 1983, 1984, our current chief was installed in 1984, April 1984, that he was installed as Bawku, Nava, and Azumah of Gusau traditional area. 20 years later, after PhD law 75, 20 years later in 2003, again the Mamprisi went back to the politicians. Because they tried with 1966 and it worked for them. They went back to the politicians after they lost the court case. And Prof said, no, I'm not going to interfere in this matter. If you want, go to court. And they went to court in 2003. They went to court in 2003 to challenge the PhD law 75. They were so uninformed, they didn't know that the law had already been repealed. So they went to court with all their papers, with all their lawyers, paid plenty money, and the judge told them, which Ghana have you been living in? This law you are coming to repeal was repealed in 1996. And you are coming 7 years later. Then you want to repeal the law. Young bomb. And they said, okay, then we will discontinue the case. We will discontinue the case. They discontinued the case in 2003. They bought their time again, waited. Akufo-Addo was their lawyer in 2003. So Akufo-Addo good. If Akufo-Addo become president, he will give it to us. Akufo-Addo became president. They went back to Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo said, I am not going to interfere. This matter has been settled for good. If you don't think it is settled, you can go back to the courts again. And they said, we won't go back to court. Because when the case was discontinued, the court told them, you will never be able to bring this case ever back to court again. That's what the court told them. You can never bring this case back to court again. So it means that the legal route for them is what? Permanently what? Closed. So they have tried the legal route, it's now shut, firm. They've tried the political route, the politicians have said, hey, me, my hand no day for inside. What will they do? Buga the Carrefour. I want to tell you people today, there is no way that the Bawku Mamprisi will accept, no matter who comes out to make a pronouncement, they will never accept The only thing Bawku prison will accept is that they should go back and become chiefs of Akusas. That's the only thing they will accept. That is the only thing they will accept. They are prepared to do everything and anything. They have sensed that Asantehene or Tumfo, Asantehene, they have sensed already that the things are not going there well for them. They were those who cried, politicians, take your hand out, take the thing to Nana Otumfo, give it to Otumfo, give it to Otumfo. They have given to Otumfo. They have been to Otumfo's place twice. They have sensed that the water there will be hot. They know it. There is no way Otumfo will come up and say that Mampusis should come from Naneru to Bawku and rule over Kusasis. It will never happen today. It will never happen forever. They know that. And I have told them, the Supreme Court, all the Supreme Courts in the world can rule. All the Otumfos in the world can rule that is go to go. When Kusasi says no, we mean no.